Okay, so welcome to Fan Chat TV. This is our 90s buzz show. We're talking about the best 90s team, well, of the 90s basically.
Yeah, pretty much, mate.
Yeah.
That's true.
And today we're going to be deciding what is the best all-round 90s team, of course, of that era. So we're first going to start with the goalkeepers. So, Aaron?
Yeah, so
who have you chosen for your keeper?
As a Manchester United fan, I've gone for Peter Schmeichel straight up.
Yep.
I think in the 90s, Euro winning goalkeeper with Denmark.
Yeah.
Oh, good shout.
Came into the Premier League under the stewardship of Sir Alex Ferguson. Was a stalwart within the United team. A part of the treble-winning team. A part of the first team to win the Premier League for Man United in a number of years. And I just didn't see any other keeper better than him in European football at that time. So Peter Schmeichel definitely goes down as my number one for the European team.
Great, perfect. Matt, who's your first choice keeper?
For me, I've gone a bit European. I've gone for legendary Italian goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon. Reason being, in the 90s, some people might be thinking, oh, he's more of a 2000s goalkeeper, but a lot of people don't remember his initial era was with Parma in the 90s.
Sure.
The sort of players that you had on that team would be Juan Varane, you had Hernan Crespo, you had Lilian Thuram, and you're talking at the beginning of their careers really. But with Buffon, as a young goalkeeper, he was 23 years old when he was nominated for the 1999 Ballon d'Or shortlist. Now,
that's a great statistic there, mate.
Pretty decent one. I mean, I don't know of any other goalkeepers that would be on that list.
No,
as far as I know.
Well, the last keeper who won it was... Wait.
Has there ever been a goalkeeper to win that? I don't think there has.
Since
I think the only one would have come close would have been Manuel Neuer.
Exactly. After the World Cup.
Yeah, I don't think any keeper has won it though, at all.
The fact that he was even shortlisted. I mean, the shortlist, when you really think about it.
And goalkeepers have changed over the years, haven't they? I mean, like Neuer revolutionised goalkeeping, didn't he?
Sweeper keeper.
But Buffon, I think, did that in his heyday as well.
Okay.
It's a great shout there from Matthew.
Yeah, good. Well, I originally had three choices, but I'm also going to go for Peter Schmeichel. One main reason. That reverse-handed save against, what was it, Bayern Munich in the final. Remember that jump, that like star jump he did?
Yeah, the porter of God, as it's known.
And also the save he made against Bergkamp's penalty in the FA Cup.
Sure.
Against the FA Cup, so
triple winning save.
just amazing, just amazing. So I think at the end of the day, we're going for Schmeichel. So now we're moving on to our wing back. So we're doing collectively the left back and the right back together. So Matt, who you got for your left back and right back?
So left back and right back, I've gone with a nationality biased tandem really, and this is from watching numerous World Cups really and seeing these guys absolutely dominate both flanks. So right back we've got Cafu, obviously. Serie A ball bag as well. He's been there with AC and just been dominating for years and years and years and years. On the other side, a very different player, a lot more skill involved with him. Obviously his free kicks are his staple and his left foot is probably, I would say, unmatched. Unmatched. If you've ever seen that goal, where it's on the way out, it's on the turn, it's nearly crossed the line and he manages to swerve it.
I've taken a few of those bad boys on pro, don't you worry about that.
I've tried a few in real life.
You can't do that on FIFA.
But yeah, you literally can't even do it on FIFA, that's how good the man is. You know, I haven't even said his name, but we all know I'm talking about Bobby Carlos. Of Real Madrid and Brazil. But yeah, that's my two anyway.
Perfect, okay. I'm going for exactly the same. I'm going for exactly the same. I'm going for Cafu.
I'm going to get voted on this one.
Cafu and Roberto Carlos as well. I mean, I really feel bad that they didn't prosper in the 1998 World Cup. But you know, after all, you know, you've explained Roberto Carlos, and I think Cafu's just a tanker right back. Made bombing, you know, runs down that right. You know, really helped out AC Milan. Isn't it AC Milan at the time?
Yeah, AC Milan and Roma.
AC Milan and Roma. And it was just, you know, seeing him, you know, how tall was he? Fucking 5'11", nearly 6 foot basically.
Strength of an ox.
Exactly. So I'm definitely going for Cafu and also Roberto Carlos. And you know, as a Real Madrid fan as well, you know, Carlos just sums it up. That goal he scored against Tenerife, my home island, that swerve goal. If you see that on YouTube, you'll be shocked if you haven't watched it already. And that swerve goal, he's called from the bloody corner flag and just literally swung his body, ripped it, and that just went like that. Unreal, and unmatched.
Right, yeah, so I've gone for a different flavour than the boys.
Yeah.
My right backs. I've gone for longevity with my players on the left, on both the sides. So on the right hand side, I've gone for Javier Zanetti, Argentinian legend, Inter Milan legend.
Yeah, Inter Milan legend, absolutely.
Pretty much a one club player throughout his career.
Absolutely right.
Absolute epitomises the captain's name for that team, and I just thought, you know, throughout the times of the 90s where football was different, and you had the millennial football, I think he survived in both. So I think he's a good shout for that.
And they had good eras and bad eras.
On the left-hand side, I've gone for Paolo Maldini.
Yeah.
Paolo Maldini switched between left back and centre back. I've gone from a left back because of the formation I've gone for in my team. I went for Alex Ferguson's flying wingers 4-4-2 formation in my one, and I think Paolo Maldini, under the tutelage of Carlo Ancelotti, was actually doing the bombing forward better than anybody I saw.
He used to cut inside and make
might be a bit
driving runs,
pre-2000s when he was doing that, but he was also 35 plus. So in my book, that's a proper legend. So he will go as my left back.
Perfect. Okay, so well, we've come to decision, and it's going to be Cafu and Roberto Carlos as our right back and left back. Now we've got our centre back pairing. This is going to be definitely interesting. This is definitely interesting. We're going to start off with Aaron, of course, as he didn't get the first say last time.
Right. I think we might have our first unanimous before we all.
Absolutely.
Because I took a sneak peek. I shouldn't have.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I'll go for me the greatest defender, natural defender of all time. And I'd say Maldini was actually a student of this man at centre back.
We all know who he is.
Franco Baresi. I wasn't blessed to be, well, it's a bless or a curse to be older or younger. But, you know, I wasn't actually old enough to see this guy play at his prime. But from my brothers and all other football supporters, they would tell you that Franco Baresi was the actual be-all and end-all of defending, and
the tradition of defending.
I can only unfortunately watch videos on YouTube or see previous matches before, but the art of defending down to a T, Franco Baresi had every single attribute, and I think he was actually an inspiration for your Nestas. The Cannavaros, and you know,
basically the whole line of Italian defenders,
come from his stewardship, and I think he's the best defender of all time for me.
Nice.
And to accompany him, I'll go for my favourite biased United defender, and his career was cut really short because he had a bit of let's say he wrote some stuff in his book that Ferguson didn't like, and then anyway he was out. So but I'm going to go for Jaap Stam, formidable at centre back. Whoever you paired him with, they will be ready to play because Jaap was that good.
The treble,
So
Jesus Christ.
I mean, we'd never seen a defender like that in the Premier League before. You had your Adamses and your Keowns and your major players, but Jaap Stam came in and he was absolutely formidable. I would say we had a brief conversation the other day, and you were talking about Lucas Radebe.
From Leeds.
And I think same stature, but you know that sort of Desai, Radebe, sort of Jaap Stam, that turn of the millennium sort of defender.
Defenders who could drive forward and actually deliver something.
Play football as well.
Exactly. I think Stam was naturally one of the most gifted, actual technical gifted players, actually driving forward outside and actually delivering the play, you know, to the Man United team.
From the Dutch school.
Yeah, 100%. And at that time, I tell you what, the Dutch Eredivisie. Yeah.
Very Beckenbauer-esque, that
yeah.
sort of player.
Yeah.
Bringing the ball forward like that.
So yeah, that's my two. I don't know what lads.
Yeah, so I think we both we can unanimously say that Baresi is on all our teams, to be honest. We just need to decide the other defender, and I've gone for Maldini at centre back instead of the left back. I honestly think that Maldini, when Alessandro Nesta came initially to AC Milan, I think Maldini was kind of like his rock beside him,
Yeah, sure.
And I definitely think that Maldini, for me, with Baresi, is probably the best centre-back of all time. In my eyes, from my
You've got to throw Cannavaro in there as well, but he's not made the team, but I mean, like...
he's got to get a mention, but I think Maldini
Honourable mention.
I know. How long did Maldini play for AC Milan?
The longevity. I think that's when you're doing the best team of an era or all time. You've got to go for the longevity.
Cannavaro did mix
it doesn't surprise me that my back five anyway is absolutely full of Serie A stalwarts, really.
Yeah.
Minus Roberto Carlos. But yeah, I mean, it's a testament that Aaron said Maldini as well, but as a left back, I think we're all unanimous in the fact that these two were
Maldini has to slot in somewhere.
Defenders.
Regardless of where he is.
You've got to get him in. You don't talk about defence without Paolo Maldini. Or Franco Baresi, and we've all pretty much attested.
Marcel Desailly are very close as well, because I think he was a great defender as well.
I mean, I think I've got to give an honourable mention to Fernando Hierro as a Real Madrid fan. That guy, I just love watching him play. I don't know what it was. His pizzazz, his captainship of Real Madrid before he gave it to Raúl
Gonzalez.
But definitely, I think we've picked here Maldini and Baresi as our two centre backs.
Stalwarts.
So now we're moving on to our midfield. So should we start with the left mid and right mid first, as we did with the wing backs?
Sure.
Yeah, cool. So I think I'm going to go with. I don't know why, but I have to put Beckham on the right mid. I don't know why. I have to put Beckham.
I'm fucked on this one. I can already see by the reactions. I'm fucked on this.
The reason I have to put Beckham is, if you had to pick your all-time 90s team and you've got a great target man in there, who else do you want
crossing the ball? Crossing the ball.
Who are you going to call?
Crossing the ball.
Beckham Buster. No, okay.
You are absolutely right on that, obviously.
Who's going to cross the ball?
I'm just still a bit upset about the halfway line goal in 1997.
Yes.
But,
where he done Neil Sullivan up like a keeper.
Yeah. I don't know, who was that? It was QPR or something. Some shit London team, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously
that was his sort of curtain call, wasn't it? Really.
That was how he burst on the scene.
Yeah.
Now, with myself as well, I had a few mentions on right mid, but there was not a pure right mid. I mean, I wanted to put Figo there, I wanted to put Rivaldo there, even as a right mid, kind of, in some aspects. But there isn't a pure right mid like Beckham. Beckham was absolutely brilliant. And like I said, if you wanted a target man in there, you have to cross the ball in.
Can I give you my reasons?
Go on,
Beckham,
Aaron.
and I think they're going to be purely obvious because I'm a Man United fan. But I remember when it was about 95, 96, when Sir Alex went, like all of the old boys, see you later. This is the new generation of Manchester United.
Yeah.
And he was heavily criticised for it. Like a lot of the media were going, you can't win anything with kids. You can't actually, sort of have a team of youngsters come in and sort of dominate the membership. He done it. Beckham came in, and from that initiation at Wimbledon, I think he stayed and he maintained that level
until he went to Real Madrid.
Until he went to the best club in the world, essentially,
and proved it there as well.
Obviously, Capello and him had like a bit of a tumultuous time, but I think quality always shines through. I think as England captain as well, I think he's the best one I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. And that goal against Greece in the qualified.
The one that sent them through.
Yeah.
One that
One
sent
that
them
sent
through.
them through.
so I
Everyone
think-
remembers that free kick.
One thing I've got to say as well, the Champions League final against Bayern Munich, I keep on going back to this. Who do you want, which player do you want other than Beckham taking those corners?
Absolutely.
Those two corners.
Absolutely.
Who else would have taken it?
In a dead ball situation, there really isn't much argument. If you were going to say if I wanted a left footer on the ball, I probably would want Roberto Carlos. If I wanted a right footer on the ball, it would be David Beckham.
And I think David Beckham, his athleticism got underestimated as well.
Yeah.
Him and Gary Neville with that partnership at that time as well.
Yeah.
Well, like the overlapping wing back.
Yeah.
I'd never seen anything like it with those two, honestly.
Yeah.
So for me, obviously, I've said David Beckham,
So-
same as David there.
So, well, we've been outnumbered you on the right mid.
Outnumbered me a bit.
Who was the right mid anyway, Matt?
For me, it was Luis Figo.
Yeah.
He was one of the players that when I was kind of...
Quite a controversial figure as well.
He
going
is
to
a
both of
controversial
the big
figure,
clubs in
yeah,
Spain.
because as exactly that point, he kind of crossed that divide. But I think the thing with Figo is that even if you ask the majority of Real or Barcelona fans, they actually have nothing but praise for the guy.
Yeah.
And both of them, in that way, feel that he did something for their club, and he was a legend in both teams. Even if you go on Football Manager, it'd be on both of their icons.
Yeah.
But and that's very rarely said, especially when players, even in this country, one of the only examples I can think of is maybe somebody like Michael Thomas that was at Liverpool and at Arsenal.
Paul Ince as well.
And were huge for them. Paul Ince as well, but he lost
But
his reputation
he went to Milan, didn't he?
From
Right,
United,
yeah,
he really went down in their estimation.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It is difficult to do it in this country.
In modern times, you've got Van Persie with the divide as well. But, you know,
another player, a modern player, I would say Cristiano Ronaldo. He's still revered as a legend by Real and Man United. And even Real, who, no offence, David, they're very harsh fans sometimes.
Oh yeah,
but
we are.
nobody would ever say.
We made montages for Ronaldo. After he left.
I don't think even many Real fans would criticise him too much, even after moving to Juve, as he has done.
Okay,
so he's one of those players that breaks the divide.
Yeah, so I think definitely we've sorted out our right mid. We have to put Beckham there.
So let's go to the left-hand side.
Left-hand mid. So Matt, who are you going for this time?
For me, it was quite an easy one. I am part Welsh as well, so it was a bit slightly biased, maybe. For me, it's Ryan Giggs. Growing up in the 90s, watching English football, watching Ryan Giggs
have never seen anything like it.
Develop into what he became. I've never seen anything like it. And the peak of it for me was that FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal. We all know it.
Yeah, that goal.
We all know it.
That goal. Even though I'm an Arsenal fan as well.
I don't want to have to get my hairy chest out.
Wait, did it get booked after that? It wasn't a rule back then, was it?
It wasn't a rule back then. No. You had top.
I was surprised it was a stripping after destroying the whole of the Arsenal midfield
I'll tell you what, after that goal, he could have got stark bollock naked and Howard Webb would have done fuck all with it.
You brought back some memories there, because I remember being about 9 or 10 years old when that was going on, and it was just the beginning of my love for football and Manchester United.
Yeah.
And I remember that goal and I was like, fuck me, boys. I'm in this for life.
And
mate.
that game
was just amazing.
I remember just
Schmeichel pulling off some blinders in that game.
The save against Bergkamp, like I mentioned earlier.
It was so tense and so dirty, actually.
Oh, it was a dirty game.
It was a
Arsenal had some nasty bastards in that team.
Literally. You got Vieira, you got Dicko was an animal in that game, if I remember. Keown.
Keown.
Dirtbag.
Nigel Winterburn. Oh my lord.
But literally, that game was so fucking tense. And then as soon as Giggsy done that, it was like watching a little bit of magic just like sauntered along the pitch.
It was just like, I think I've watched like videos of the players' reactions to all of that game and that goal afterwards. All of them just said it was just magic.
Just magic. Super.
And that is how great goals are done.
Super.
You don't predict them happening. It's just like bang.
Like Maradona's, of course, in the 80s. Same thing. You know what I mean?
But his status was secured.
But he did it in extra time, innit?
I think it was in normal minutes.
Was it normal?
It was normal minutes, but it was getting on.
It was getting on, exactly. It was after Schmeichel's save, wasn't it?
After
Schmeichel's penalty save.
It was right
exactly straight after. Exactly, yeah. So 100%. I think, there's no arguments here. Giggs all the way. 1998 goal. semi-final FA Cup.
And also
against Arsenal.
another longevity balls.
Yes.
That's a longevity balls, yeah.
Even
trying to star as a co-manager.
That's very important to me.
Assistant manager.
Even when United, in a period where, in terms of talent, they had probably, and me and you have said this a few times, in terms of talent, their worst season was probably the talent pool was when Ferguson had his last year at Man United.
Sure.
And you had players like Michael Carrick, Ryan Giggs that kind of adapted their games into a different way. And just were awesome that season.
Absolutely.
And then the next year, Moisey struggled, and a lot of
I remember actually
Scholes.
Scholes coming out of retirement.
Yes.
In January.
And playing centre mid.
Wearing a number 22 shirt. Just to actually keep that ball
just
intention.
To keep it going.
Just to keep the ball intention. And it's genius. And that is why Alex Ferguson is a legend. Right?
That's why he's a legend. And he was able to garner the best out of whatever team.
Should we just decide that Alex Ferguson is the manager for this team?
This
team, mate, 100%.
We didn't even talk about the bench, but Alex Ferguson is the manager.
He's the manager.
There's no doubt.
Okay. So I'm deciding Giggs. Aaron? Giggs, probably.
Yeah, Giggs unanimously.
Okay, so
I could tell by the way we all
we all clicked on that one.
It wasn't obvious, was it?
Well,
predictable.
To be honest, other honourable mentions, Overmars.
Overmars honourable mention.
Overmars.
Invincibles.
Perez was 2000s, wasn't it?
McManaman went left mid.
McManaman was honourable mention.
McManaman, honourable mention. But
like Liverpool's what the Spice Boys. Sort of time.
I think I honestly, but do you know what? I honestly think that McManaman came into his own for Real Madrid.
He was sensational.
He's revered. He's probably revered in Spain more than he is in England.
Absolutely.
And he was great in England. But when he went to Real, he wasn't even seen as the marquee player because you had Fat Ronaldo.
They got him on a free
disrespect. You had Michael Owen. Yeah, it was a bit later, admittedly. But you had Beckham. Beckham was the marquee player.
They even went for Johnny Woodgate.
Johnny Woodgate.
Just to update everybody, we're watching highlights of Newcastle and Totshit in the background. We've seen Dele Alli's goal.
We are fan chat team.
Tottenham.
Yes.
Yes. Well, after that knobhead Tottenham fan called us on Fan Park Live. Okay, let's move on to our centre mids.
Anyway.
Let's move on to our centre mids. Okay, so we got Aaron first. Let's do centre mids.
So I'm going for a call that is probably the reason I think it's a call that nobody would usually do. It's the unrecognisable midfielders that I like. It's the people that do the things in the game that you don't necessarily go, I know who you're talking about.
But
when you see it, it's actually brilliant. When they slow it down, like a Xavi, like an Iniesta, like those sort of players. And I'm going for Michael Laudrup.
Yeah, Laudrup. Good call.
Tell you, if you watch him, and he played for both Real and Barcelona.
That's another one that doesn't polarise as well.
Right?
Yeah.
And a part of that Denmark sensational Euro team as well.
Yeah.
Right? What Michael Laudrup does is the ball intention, the actual defensive tackles, the key passes, spreading the ball. I have never seen anybody like Michael Laudrup, and I have to put him in there. I know you guys probably won't agree with the same as me, but I think it's a baller.
It's a very interesting one. It's not something that I would disagree with. I absolutely do see what you're saying.
It's not the popular choice.
It's not the first one you think of, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think that's brilliant though, because that's thinking outside the box. Yeah. And he is a player that, as you said, he went under the radar, but as soon as you mention him, I think, Jesus, he actually was such a
He played for Juventus, Barcelona and Real.
Reminds me of a Seedorf. Just a player that, if he's in the team, you're probably going to win the Champions League.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. So I've gone with Vieira.
Big Pat.
As an Arsenal fan. For Patrick Vieira, I mean, well, it's just because of the wars we're keen, isn't it? The wars.
So we're going to have
the wars, mate.
The best of enemies.
Best of enemies.
ITV, check it out.
I know it wasn't in the 90s, but that fight with Roy Keane in the tunnel.
Oh, mate, brilliant.
But
so you're picking on Gaza?
So I love Vieira just purely down for the fact that he's the best pure centre defensive midfielder I've seen. You know,
and he can play football
since you know,
football.
I mean,
Sure good.
Beautiful football.
Beautiful football.
Terrible
like,
challenges
driving past
sometimes,
players,
like, he could
driving
play
past players like they weren't even there.
The thing about,
Know what I mean?
about Big Pat as well, he was just
strides,
wind up merchant.
Yeah. He used to get
got
down to
right
there.
under your skin.
If you're a really good football player, you go, I'm having you today,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to have you physically, but I'm going to do you in, I'm going to niggle your knee, I'm going to kick you, and you're not going to play today. And that's what I loved about Patrick Vieira as well. The same thing that Roy Keane had, but he didn't have the size of Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, 100%. Roy Keane, I think, got into the heads a bit more of the other players.
Yeah. And that brings me perfectly on to my next point, to be fair.
Who's your
Mine is Roy Keane.
Okay, yours is Roy Keane.
And
We're
I'll
going to have a tough
explain why.
decision here.
Explain why.
That was a really good segue.
Why Roy Keane?
I'll explain why. With Roy, to me, it just seemed I understand what you're saying about Patrick Vieira. Physically, he was absolutely more imposing than Roy Keane, and that's saying something because this man was an animal on the pitch. With Roy Keane, he had that mentality in the dressing room. It was almost as if Fergie, as we know, one of the best managers there was, when it came to the pitch, we all know that Roy Keane was the manager on the pitch. He was de facto manager of the pitch, and this is another backup to why Fergie was so good. Roy Keane would have died for that match. So when he was on the pitch, he enforced exactly what Fergie would have done.
He's the manager on the pitch.
He was the manager on the pitch, and you've heard it all. I've seen documentaries where they speak to Gary Neville, where they speak to David Beckham, where they speak to Ryan Giggs, where they speak to all the young lads that come through at United, and they all say that at some point in their career, Keano got them up against the wall, pulled them to the side, and said, "Sort your fucking self out, son."
It was all about standards for Roy Keane.
Exactly, 100%.
You're playing for the best club in the world.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
In the bill here.
Exactly that. Then get out. Shape up or fuck off. And that was what was missing.
Exactly, shape up or fuck off. Basically, that's it. Straight up.
With Man United, when they kind of lost that talisman, I felt with Keano. Obviously, he didn't retire. He went to Celtic.
Went to Celtic for 6 months.
But that's why for me, Keano mentally was the talisman of the team. Whereas I don't think you can say that as much for Arsenal, because Arsenal had so many characters like that. They had Wrighty, they had Tony Adams, and then they had their cultured stars like Bergkamp, Henry.
I think Vieira adopted himself as
I actually disagree with that, because I actually think Wenger was quite passive.
Yes.
So I feel like Wenger needed his sergeants. Like
absolutely.
Emmanuel Petit,
absolutely.
Like Patrick Vieira.
I mean, Petit has to get an honourable mention as well.
I know, obviously I'm not bringing modern times into it, but you see the fall of Arsene Wenger was because he was missing his generals.
Exactly.
If you don't have your generals in the dressing room,
then that's what's
after
missing.
the Champions League final.
When Mourinho went out and bought that Chelsea team and splashed out revolutionary the first time, he brought in your Petr Cechs, your Carvalhos, your big personalities, your Drogbas. And that is what carried them.
Did they bring Makelele to Chelsea, didn't they?
Do you mean when you bring
Makelele?
Yeah, Makelele. Mate.
I think you call it winners. You winners in the dressing room.
That guy, mate. I love Makelele.
As a Norwegian stalwart as well.
Makelele.
Exactly. We won't talk about Thomas Gravesen.
So I honestly think that the way we're going now, we have to decide a centre defensive mid and then a person who's going to be bombing forward.
I'm not moving on Laudrup. Even if you two outvote me, I'm keeping Laudrup.
So we need to decide between Vieira and Roy Keane.
Right, that's a tough one. ITV have made documentaries about this kind of thing.
The only reason I'm not moving...
How long? How long do we have?
2 hours.
You said that last podcast, how long do we have?
The only reason I'm not moving on Laudrup is because we told to speak our personal teams.
100%, yeah.
So that's what I'm going with, that's what I'm sticking with.
Okay. I need to have an Arsenal player in there. I need to have an Arsenal player in there. I need to have an Arsenal player in there.
You're saying boy.
Okay. Okay. I'll budge on. Okay. Just for pure aggression on the pitch, I'm going to budge on Vieira for Roy Keane. So we'll do Roy Keane at centre defence mid. So we got We got our defensive midfielder intact, and I think
the only person that wouldn't agree is Mick McCarthy, but we all know why.
I think that we pretty much. I'm predicting these guys already. Yeah, I'm predicting that these two guys have to go for Zidane.
There is only one. There is only one.
Did you go for Zidane?
Yeah.
You two?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So Zidane. Okay, let's speak on Zidane.
Let's speak on Zidane here for me.
Let's speak on how long do we have?
Fuck, yeah. No, but have you ever seen the film they did of Zidane?
I have not.
Just
him from the young age all the way. Yeah.
It's not even that, mate. It's one game, right? It was again
the 2006 World Cup.
He was playing for Real, and he's I'm sure it was Real, and he's playing against like a mediocre Spanish team, not even a top 6 team. And it's just a camera following him. They are talking about how he came up through the ranks and all that stuff. But it's almost like a French sort of Palme d'Or kind of film. Yeah. Where they're just following him talking, and he's basically
something that'd be in the Sundance Festival or some shit.
Exactly that, mate. Exactly that. Anyway, the film's shit, but Zidane, what a player! What a player!
Do you know I know it wasn't in the 90s. My outstanding performance for Zidane was France in the World Cup against Brazil. Against an Asian Brazil, I know that. But he made the whole team look absolutely stupid. But in the 1998 World Cup, he made the whole team look absolutely stupid.
My reason for Zidane, right, is because basically, as a United fan, I remember in 97, 98, Alex Ferguson had to make United a bit different.
Yeah.
And at that time, Marcello Lippi at Juventus was playing a formation before his time. He was playing a 4-1-3-2-1-2.
Tricky Arsenal.
So there was Del Piero and Inzaghi and then Zidane behind.
4-3-1-2.
Yeah, that's
4-3-1-2. Yeah.
So basically, Ferguson adopted his United treble-winning team on this formation afterwards. Right?
Yeah.
But I saw
with York and Cole, basically.
Zidane have this free role in the Juventus team, and obviously Serie A was on Channel 4 at this time. So you know, we could see Serie A all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember being a young lad, and I watched this. I watched the show, and I saw Zidane chest the ball down. It was a floater, and he played this ball to Del Piero, and believe me, the ball floated in the air for like literally 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And Del Piero would just chest it down. I was like, from that time, I just talked to Zidane. I said, "There's nobody who can do what this man does."
Yeah.
A magician.
You know, absolute magician. So that's why, through the pure liberties that he takes on the football.
There's one bone I've got to pick, and you're going to hate me for this. I've got to pick a bone with Rio Ferdinand, because he said, I remember in one interview, that Zidane is not even in the top, I think it was top 5, top 10 players of all time.
Yeah.
I think it's debatable, David. It's debatable.
Come on, like Zidane, pure midfield genius.
I can name 3 straight away.
I can name a lot that, right?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be.
As a midfielder.
He might be. As a midfielder. As top 5 midfielders ever.
But
that is a stretching it. Top 5 players.
Top 5 players. I don't think players come into their own positionally.
No.
I think if you're great, you're great.
And then you can list
like
it off
George
the back
Best, is he a midfielder or a striker?
Who cares?
Is Maradona a striker?
No one cares. Like George Best was just ridiculous, mate. He was amazing.
Thierry Henry, are you a striker or are you a left winger? Do you know what I mean? I don't think that when you are like that, like Messi is not a striker. He's not a winger. He's not. He is just Lionel Messi.
He's not a defender.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
you know what? And you know the thing about Zidane is that goal he scored against Bayern Leverkusen. I know it's after the 90s again, but
Gareth Bale's better.
they had the debate as well.
Yeah.
They had that debate as well.
Gareth Bale's definitely better.
Yeah. Actually, Troops had that debate on Arsenal Fan TV with Robbie.
Really?
Yeah, they had that debate. I think Troops went for Zidane.
What was the conclusion?
No, Robbie went for Bale's goal as the best, and Troops went for Zidane's goal as the best. The thing is with Zidane, he could play with both feet, like
that's a rarity.
Comfortably.
With precision,
comfortably. The amount of you know, the amount of roulettes he made in a pitch, I can't count them.
We do all forget. I mean, this is it may be an anomaly either way, but when he nutted Materazzi in the World Cup final, 2006.
It's a beautiful moment. I loved it.
It was a moment that I loved, but everyone at the time was like, "Oh, it ruins his legacy." It enhanced his fucking legacy for me, because it gave him that edge and that passion. I think Materazzi, the comments
regardless
when
of
it
what
came out
Materazzi said, I
afterwards,
think Materazzi said something about his mother.
he said your mother's an Algerian,
and he was like, "Gosh,"
and it's straight, mate.
Have something like that, prick.
He earned it, but obviously that was Materazzi's tax. Anyone who knows what Materazzi was about, this is a man who played for Everton in the 90s.
Materazzi knew that they were going penalties. He knew.
It's a tactical thing.
Of course it was.
He knew. And Zidane had the cheek to chip Buffon into the World Cup final.
Same thing that Roy Keane or Patrick Vieira would have done in that situation.
All day long, mate.
Do you mean?
Roy Keane would have clamped his legs.
Look, did you see what Roy Keane did to Haaland? Example done.
That as well.
Okay, so we probably just decided that Zidane is going to be our attacking midfielder.
Right, can we do an analysation of where we are right now? So we picked as our right back.
Okay.
Sorry, goalkeeper first.
Yeah, so
Peter Schmeichel.
Peter Schmeichel.
Peter Schmeichel was number one.
Our right back unanimously was Cafu.
Yeah. 100%.
Centre backs were Baresi and Maldini. We decided. We gave the left backs to
Roberto Carlos. Yeah.
We've gone Beckham, Giggs.
Yeah.
I voted on Ronaldo. So Keane and Zidane.
Yeah, Keane and Zidane. So
now we've got the front two.
Perfect. Okay, so we are on to our two strikers.
Marcello Lippi's a ball, by the way.
Because it would have been either Ferguson or Lippi as a manager.
Yeah, not even a question, mate. It's Ferguson.
Yeah, it would have been either them two, though.
I'm not even at United. There's no bias here.
Cool. So we're on to our two strikers, and obviously.
Sorry, if Brian Clough. He could have been him as well. Could have been him as well.
Okay.
Or Subabé. Sorry, I got to say that.
So we're on to our two strikers. Honestly, I think in my mind again, like Zidane, I think we've all got one player in particular. But let's go for the other one, apart from that player that we all know.
Right.
First of all, okay. So I'm gonna go for Marco van Basten. Marco van Basten.
He's got a shitload of goals.
I'm going to go for Eric Cantona.
Oh, Cantona.
Cantona.
Feeling hot under the collar over that one.
Okay, and yourself, Matt. Let's decide our three, and then we'll debate.
For me, I can't even say the name until I say the other striker, because this is based on the system that I have conjured within my own brain, which is a bit fucked. So I'll let you know that. So for me, let me just put the cat amongst the pigeons and say what we all have selected, which is Ronaldo. I've been barred from saying what he's popularly known as, so Ronaldo Nazario Dazima.
Ronaldo
De La Cruz.
We'll call him phenomenal.
Ronaldo.
He is the phenomenal.
The proper one. Obviously Cristiano.
Okay, let's decide on our first striker, Ronaldo.
It is Ronaldo. Do we really need to say much?
The man needs no introduction.
Dominant striker, scored so many goals, unbelievable player in both national and club football for so many different clubs.
At a time.
In different nations.
Mate, I'm gonna. You'll be getting me going for an hour.
Yeah.
At
honestly.
a time in football where I think 90s football needed a hero.
Yeah.
A little bit. I think that he come from PSV. And I actually can't remember the amount of goals he scored at PSV, but I know it was absolutely lethal. Then he went to Barcelona.
Bobby Robson was the manager.
And he scored some goals where even I remember Bobby Robson being like one time, I don't know how he scored that. He beat like 5 or 6 players.
Yeah. And it was against Compostela.
But now we're used to that now with Messi and Ronaldo. He was the first player to do that.
He was the first balls, mate.
He was.
First balls.
He was.
Literally have you on the edge of your seat and going, wow.
And just you can't believe what you're seeing.
Yeah.
You cannot believe what you're seeing. And he played like a kid. And this does come with South American, particularly Brazilian culture, where they play as if they are a child.
Yeah.
So you see them playing with a pure joy in the way they move the ball, and even in their face. When Ronaldo scored, it was, you could see the pure joy in his face. He wasn't doing it for any other reason than he loved to play the game. And to see that as a young fan, he was all of our heroes in that respect, I think.
I wish for copyright reasons we could show you the footage of Borussia Dortmund winning the Champions League in the background, but we cannot do it.
Yeah, we can't do it.
But,
yeah, but just my case on Ronaldo. You know, I think we were all too young to remember Ronaldo at Barcelona, but we've all watched footage of Ronaldo at Barcelona with Bobby Robson.
I think Inter Milan Ronaldo, definitely, because he was number 9
Serie A,
on FIFA 99.
Channel 4, 100%.
It wasn't even Ronaldo, it was number 9.
It was number 9, exactly. But I think it was, what, 47 goals in La Liga?
It's something
Some seriously. The goal he scored against Compostela, the goal he scored against Valencia when he fucking moved 2 players out of the side, he actually bombarded them, made them move. And then he just, like Bobby Robson said, like a Ferrari. Acceleration like a Ferrari. And, you know, to be in that team and to shine out, you know, like he did, I think.
Can I be really pedantic and say how much money would that guy be worth right now?
Oh, mate.
Wow, it's stupid.
Forget about Mbappe prices.
Honestly,
We're talking over 200 mil.
We're talking.
Mate, I think he'll be stretching 300 mil this year.
Talking about that, honestly, because the talent, the raw talent that, like,
Speechless. And you know the sad thing about Ronaldo's career is the 1998 World Cup final.
It was
Which he dominated,
it was
start to finish.
It was meant to be his what do you call it? His Mona Lisa. He's like the pièce de résistance.
And he was so young at the time.
Even David Schuka beat him to the Golden Boot. Who was also an honourable mention, David Schuka. But I think Ronaldo
didn't do too well for Arsenal when he signed.
And West Ham.
But but definitely, 100%.
But in play,
definitely.
I mean, you can tell we've had a couple of chances.
I mean, we say 90s, but
it makes it natural.
Ronaldo pretty much dominated from 96 to 2000 and
as they called him in Brazil, Ronaldo Phenomenal. And that
phenomenal.
Was it.
That's
it.
If Mourinho actually said in an interview.
Mourinho was a schoolboy at that time under Bobby Robson.
El Interpretor, he was called at the time.
Last drinks, guys. So Mourinho actually said that he witnessed the best Ronaldo. And for me, he is the best player of all time. All time.
I would actually, I think he was great at Barcelona. I think Inter Milan was actually better though, because Inter Milan's team was incredible at that time. Like Barcelona was too big of a club for him to basically say this is mine. But I think when he went to Inter Milan,
they were quite down and out.
That shirt, the red, the blue and black,
the Pirelli.
It was just him. He owned it.
He was. I remember
buying that shirt.
Do
you know what I mean? Honestly.
I remember a moment with Ronaldo when he was on the corner flag. He's basically this far away from the line, and he does an elastico or flip flap as we called it back in, you know.
Do you remember his partners in crime as well? You had Recoba. Fucking
Zamorano.
Like, honestly, that team was insane. It was insane.
The amount of times he beat keepers.
What has happened to football?
Well. I mean, the amount of
Robbie Keane was even there.
Robbie Keane went there for a brief stint after fucking Wolves.
Random.
But you know, I think you know from Ronaldo. I've said to Aaron all the time that Ronaldo's my favourite player of all time. He was I mean, that injury that he got in Inter.
I am literally bursting to hear Matthew's last shout.
Okay, we decided on Ronaldo. Phenomenal. R9. Number 9.
Genuine football Premier League fans. We absolutely love this shout.
Okay, let's go for Matt.
It's a wild card. I'm not gonna lie. It's left field.
You've got to have something. It's, you know,
as I said before, it's to do with the system that I'm trying to play. We've all gone for 4-4-2 more or less, maybe with an attacking midfielder moving forward a little bit. However, for me, the way I see it, Ronaldo, he doesn't need anyone because he's Ronaldo. So fuck that, scrap that. He's Ronaldo. He can make a shot on his own. However, with another striker, a partnership striker, who would you want alongside Ronaldo? I was racking my brains with it, and I thought, to be honest, there's nobody that you'd actually want. So what can you actually do? So what can you actually do?
Stay true to yourself.
So stay true to yourself and put a target man in there. And in my era, the greatest target man that I've ever seen, and I used to see this man at Selhurst Park on a Wednesday night, pissing down the rain. We might be playing Carlisle United in the LDV Vans Trophy. And you know what? This guy, he got on the end of every single ball. He scored 66 goals in 474 appearances as a striker. But that's not why we loved him. We loved him because his name was Carl Lieburn.
Like
Carl Lieburn. There's a few of you out there that will think, who the fuck is this guy? I've heard of him. There's some of you, mainly from the South East London area, Wimbledon fans, Charlton Athletic fans. You'll know what I'm talking about.
The addicts.
The
addicts. The addicts.
Alan Kirby's addicts.
Alan Kirby actually brought Carl Lieburn in, if I'm not mistaken, as a young lad. So yeah, Carl Lieburn and Fat Ronaldo Dalla Zima,
Nazario. I'm gonna bleep Fat Ronaldo.
You have to bleep that one out.
I'm bleeping it.
Sorry for the swear words.
No, I'm
sorry
bleeping
for the
it.
swear words. Sorry for the
I'm
swear
bleeping
words.
it.
That is such a
phenomenal.
That is such a millennial.
We're calling it
saying
phenomenal.
Because that's such.
I'm not gonna go against you.
No, mate, you're right. I've let the 90s kids down by saying that. There's only one Ronaldo, and it is Nazario Lazizima.
Ronaldo
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Anyway, that's my team.
Okay. So you said Cantona
I did say Cantona.
as your secondary striker.
But, so what we've got now,
So we're going with Carl Lieburn, basically, yeah?
I'm going to go with Carl Lieburn.
No. We're going to be judged.
I'm going to go with Carl
No, we're going to be judged for the rest of our life if we go with Carl
I'm going to go with
Lieburn.
Carl Lieburn.
I was going to give up
It's
Van
a
Basten.
1990s legendary team.
No.
Carl Lieburn.
No, we
has
can't
to
do
be
that,
right.
man. We can't.
I'm going to go with Carl Lieburn.
We can't, mate. Our YouTube careers will be ruined already.
Carl, this is for you, mate.
Okay. Our YouTube careers will be ruined, bro.
I'll see what the 90s
Listen, mate. Give it a
Ruined,
try.
mate.
It's a personal choice. I don't care what people say.
It's 2-1, Dave. You lost, so that's it.
That is the rule of thumb here. If the two people agree with a striker, he's got Carl Lieburn, you've got Van Basten.
Carl Lieburn, that's
Good
it.
luck to you. Carl Lieburn's in.
That's it, mate. That is it.
Good luck to you.
That is it.
Carl
Okay,
Lieburn.
can we choose a different formation?
Whatever formation,
You're
we're going long ball.
You're lucky we didn't do Emiweski.
No, come on, guys. We have to do a different striker. We have to.
Absolutely not.
We have to.
In all seriousness, it's Carl Lieburn.
We have to.
Absolutely. Dave, there's no getting
Okay.
away from it. Carl Lieburn.
I'm going to put it in the team anyway, but for logical sense, I'm going for Marco Van Basten, who was Ronaldo's idol.
Yeah, but he
Phenomenal.
weren't Carl Lieburn, though.
Oh, mate, he's like 50 million times better.
I think Carl Lieburn will appeal to the footballist and everyone.
He's an everyman.
Mate, even ahead of
Yeah.
Shearer.
Yeah.
Even ahead of Shearer for Premier League.
But you're making us sound a bit silly now.
Shearer.
If we put Carl Lieburn in there, we put him in there.
Okay, we'll put him in. Okay, just to let you know, guys, I went for Marco Van Basten.
Yeah, cool.
I love the best on there as well.
Okay, can we at least have subs in there?
Okay, subs.
Okay, we'll go for a striker.
If you don't like Carl Lieburn, you don't even want to ask me what the subs are.
Because you go for Vinnie Jones. Okay, I'll have Vinnie Jones, mate.
Vinny,
big old Vinnie, mate.
Pure combativeness will have Vinnie Jones in there.
Well, okay. Are we having?
But to be fair, you know what? I'm going to say this, right? As a Wimbledon fan, right? Matthew doesn't get much say in this as well.
Yeah, okay, okay, cool.
Give him Carl Lieburn.
We'll give him Carl Lieburn.
Give him Carl
Let me
Lieburn.
fucking have Carl Lieburn.
We'll
Fucking
have.
hell, Dave.
You're such a fucking Real Madrid Nazi, aren't you?
Okay.
And Arsenal.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Yeah, okay, we'll take Carl Liban as our striker.
Hey.
As our subs, we'll go for one striker, one midfielder, one defender, and one goalkeeper to wrap it up.
So unfortunately, as a sub,
Yep.
as a goalkeeper,
Yeah.
who are we going to go for?
For me, Neil Sullivan.
Okay, Sullivan's right now. Yeah, 100%.
I think I'll say Buffon didn't get in there before.
Yeah, so I'm going for Buffon, 100%. Yeah, Palmer years definitely. Yeah, Buffon, Palmer years. Okay, cool. One defender.
I would say Tony Adams for me.
Yeah, I'll second that. Tony Adams, 100%.
I
Yeah.
would third that.
Yeah, as a true captain.
Yeah.
As a true captain.
He was the epitome of captain.
As a midfielder.
Midfielder, Scholes, very unfortunately, this is out for me.
Yeah.
What? Just because he was more after 2000s.
I would say Scholes came into his own positionally in 2000s.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Noughties. The noughties.
like, I didn't really know where Paul Scholes actually fit in at United until 2000s. Really.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say after him.
Okay, cool. So I think as a pure, technically gifted player, you said him earlier. I'm going to go for Luis Figo.
Yeah, cool.
I'm going. You second that?
I'll second that. Yeah.
Luis Figo. There's so many midfielders to choose from.
I mean, great flair, great free kick taker.
Yeah.
Can dictate the pace of a game from the wing side, not even from the centre.
Yeah.
Which is Figo, definitely.
I would have said Maradona if he lasted in the 90s.
Yeah, that's it.
To be fair, I'm going to put a massive shout out here as well. Secondary to Figo, I'll put David Ginola.
Oh yes.
Yeah, fullback.
Great, amazing footballer.
Just
amazing
ridiculous
footballer.
footballer.
So I put him in there as well.
100%, yeah, 100%. Great shout. Okay, perfect. And strikers. I'm going for Cantona.
We're going for two strikers, are we?
Yeah, let's do for two strikers. Yeah, 100%. Let's do it.
Yeah, Eric Cantona, definitely.
Cantona.
Just because he was the leader of a very successful period in Man United's history, for me personally.
Yeah.
I think I did put him in the first 11, but Carl Liban got in there ahead of him.
As he often does. As he often does.
So we'll put Cantona there.
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah, I'm going for Cantona as one of the two strikers, definitely.
Yeah.
I think just if I had my pick, with Van Basten, if I wanted a technical gifted player to play with Ronaldo to feed him passes in that secondary position, it will have to be Cantona, who can also skill, who can also dribble, who can also shoot, and also can kick corner flags.
Yeah, very well. And Palace fans, actually. And Palace fans, very well.
Yeah, cool. Secondary,
My second.
I think it would be Alan Shearer. You alluded to him. Just a beast in terms of goals scored. The fact that when you look at his record and the amount of goals he scored for Newcastle during a period where obviously they had their good period in the 90s and when he was paired up with Les Ferdinand, but anything past the 90s, and it's unbelievable the amount of goals he scored per season. He was a guaranteed 20 a year.
Absolutely.
On a team that frankly should have been mid-table most years, the rest of the team, you know.
I'm going to go for Righty because I love Ian Wright, obviously. But we can agree to this.
We love his shirts. Keep up the shirts right on ITV.
I'm a big Righty fan. I love Ian Wright's rise from the ranks to being
Greenwich
the
Borough
boss.
FC, his original team.
So from his trajectory to where he got to, I would base it on that. But Alan Shearer, I can't believe I'm not saying that, but I have to say Ian Wright.
Okay, so I think I would probably I'm going to go for Shearer, just pure on Premier League goal scoring records, just pure.
I guess it comes down to preference at the end of the day, doesn't it? Really. So
I would have said Henry, but Henry came into his own after
he's a millennial.
Yeah,
he's a
millennial. He's
for Arsenal, definitely. I mean, he came into Arsenal, quite early, but I would go for Shearer. So we have decided Cantona.
Yep.
And Shearer. Cantona, Shearer. Cool. So we have our team for the 90s.
We're going to go for it one more time.
We're going to go for it one more time. So in goal we have Peter Schmeichel.
Yep.
Okay. As a right back we have Cafu.
Yep.
Centre back, 2 centre back pairings. We have Maldini and we have Baresi. As our left back, we have Roberto Carlos. Yep. We have as our pure centre defensive midfielder, we have Roy Keane.
Animal.
Yep. As an attacking mid, we have the legend Zinedine Zidane. Okay.
CZ top.
Okay.
Did we agree on Ryan Giggs for left wing?
Yeah, we got
we agreed on Ryan Giggs.
Yeah, Ryan Giggs for left mid, and we've got Messi for right mid.
Famous number 7.
Yeah, 100%. We've got Ronaldo, phenomenal,
Yes.
at striker with Cole Lieben. And then we got obviously our subs there.
We had to give him one. We had
to, yeah, 100%.
And it had to be the most hilarious one.
I was being a bit of an arse, but you know, we'll go.
If I'd have said Vinnie Jones, you said, yeah, fuck Roy Keane. 100%.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, I showed these guys that video of Vinnie Jones the other day. Oh my god.
Beast of a man. Anyway.
We love you. Hopefully, Vinnie Jones, you can actually appear on FanChat TV. We would love you to appear on FanChat
Appealing
TV.
to Vinnie Jones to come on.
Yeah, 100%. You can even come with us to Fan Park Live.
Yes, yeah, please do, Vin.
Yeah.
Shout out to you as a Wimbledon fan since birth.
Yeah.
You know, love a bit of Vin. Would
Yeah,
love to interview the man
100%.
himself.
I
Perfect.
think we would just like to thank everybody if they watch this.
Yeah, throughout this.
Please watch it.
Yeah, okay. And if you wanna put a team of your own down in the comments below, please do so. We're actually picking up pace now. We've got a lot of subscribers coming to our community. You know, we've been featured heavily on Fan Park Live recently.
Yes.
We're loving what we're doing actually at the moment, especially that Crystal Palace fan / Fulham fan.
Joe.
Big old Joe.
Big old Joe.
Yeah.
Sorry about the Cantona comment, Joe. I didn't mean it, mate. I promise you.
And we've got a massive, you know, we're not a massive subscriber community, but we're picking up pace now, and we're looking to do more of these 90s buzz shows, right here in the Jolly Gardens, of course.
Home stadium, home turf.
Yeah, home turf. And you know, we wanted to just give a quick shout out. If you want to obviously comment down below, please do so. Please give us a massive like on YouTube and subscribe right here on YouTube as well. And make sure you check out our Facebook and Instagram as well. So we're all going to sign out, guys.
Peace out, people.
Peace out, people.
Peace
okay.
out.
Enjoy your day and take care.
Don't be a balls.